And this is today's route. I've not started my map going. Let's get paddling. So yesterday I took a video and recorded all the bad bits, and there were many. There were too many. Got quite depressing. Stopped recording after about 10 or 15k, and then mooched around the rest of the route. However, I think I have solved the problem, the main problem, which was the tearing of the terrain. Obviously, I still have some sort of issue with these buildings. These are just the volumetric buildings, which I'm heartily sick of now. But I don't want to put in the detail buildings until I've got the other issues sorted. It's got to be detailed buildings next, because that's the bit that's driving me mad now. Coming out of town and getting stuck in the church, not able to see where I'm going. Now this is great. Beautiful level road. Nicely cut into the hillside. So nice. This is great. It's my favourite bit, one of my favourite bits, I think, because it is just like this. You have this sweeping right hander, and it goes right round to the left. Descending all the time, and then into another one like that. Brilliant. In my model it starts to go up a bit there. Not sure if it does. Nice straight bit. Warmed up now. Ugh. Don't stop, don't stop. Don't stop. Have a little look at the map. See, this bit's interesting because this road goes nearly north-south, and it gets really close to that boundary. And there's a bit where I think you cross over and then cross back again. And when I was getting bad spikes, that bit was really bad. But that's all good now. Oh, it's this next section, yeah. So this is quite good because we'll be riding close along a boundary, so if there's any tearing of the geometry, any mismatch of heights on adjacent segments, we should spot it. Well, I'm going uphill, that's why it's taking so long. I mean, the resistance model might not be brilliant, but it's not totally shit. So, just ease off, getting really close. There it is, just ahead of us. That was pretty smooth. See, we're over it now. We're heading diagonally towards another boundary. I'm looking really carefully on the road. It's got to be really close. Can't see it, which is good news. There you go, see I crossed it. But it was all good. And now we kind of go parallel with it and then cross back again. Have a look. So I keep over to this side of the road. That's great. See, I cannot see that. I'm practically riding down that line. Any minute now. There we go. That was it. Okay, I could see it very slightly. So whereas the gap before was meters in some instances, now it's nice steady millimeters, if that. Can I live with that? Probably. Here we go, coming up to another one. You can see the line flickering ahead, you can see it. If I slow right down, I mean, that's just Z fighting really. It stands out because it's light, because you're seeing the sky through it. So what I'll probably do is just recreate the AS30s for tomorrow's route. And then in the background I'll recreate them all for a particular AS30. Since there are less AS30s in the top two quadrants, I'll probably start with those, get them done. There isn't any hidden stuff. Well, I could cut it down to 20 lines just by having two functions. Prepare stuff, draw stuff. That wouldn't help at all. And that's why I like to do these rides, because it would be so easy to make a change and then simulate a ride using a joystick as I can do. And you make a change and you would test it in 100 meters on the same old tiles, and you wouldn't learn anything. But this means putting the thing through its paces for an hour, which is a short ride. There will be no memory leaks. The performance will not degrade. I guarantee it wouldn't have been like that if we'd tested it in little bursts over 100 metres. Let's have a look at this reservoir. There you go. So it's can ride across it actually. Shouldn't do that. Breaks immersion. Right, here's an interesting thing. When I'm on the road, I use the road as a collision mesh. As soon as you come off the road, you're onto basically the textured mesh, which you can't see, which is quite coarse. And because the textured mesh doesn't go down to that reservoir, when I ride on it, I float above it. So there you go. So texture mesh, bonk. There you go. And now I'm on the road. So according to the map, this is the highest point. There we are. The white coal. Okay, that's really funny. I should have noticed this, but there's another coal. Two coals. So is this the coal that is Spooner? So, there you go. Now down sunny Pliego. Because it never quite works the way you think. And you add a special rule, and you have to learn another special rule to counter that in certain circumstances. And then you have to change that again. So you either have one generic way of doing things, or this whole tangled mess of special rules. And I go along here, and it turns right. And then I go to the left. And then I go right, and then left. Very annoying. And then there we go. Oh! I went to pot. That's it. Nicely down the hill. Crashing through these buildings. And there's those trees there. They're at the end of our road. I turn left before them. Well, I missed my turning. Brilliant. Doesn't matter, I'm just approaching a slightly different way. Here we go. There's a little park here. That's the factory building for one of the communes. There's 2 communes. And that's it. 34.5k. That's pretty much spot on that. Here we are, back at the flat. Calle La Motta. Okay. Oof. So that's an overview of the route. 34.5, 35k. Nice loop, Fuente Librilla back to Pliego.